37 after. Now this week, the Finnish American Committee is hosting Heikinpaiva, the Finnish American Winter Festival, with a lot of different events in Hancock. This morning, Samantha Rivera is there to tell us more about it. Good morning, Samantha.
Good morning, Vicki. Another Finnish American Winter Festival is happening here in the UP, this time in Hancock. Heikinpaiva actually started on January 10th, but the bigger events are happening all this week. They'll have workshops focused on songwriting and how to make musical instruments like this one. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. They'll also have a big parade with lots and lots of prizes, even this thing called a wife carrying contest. First time I've ever heard of anything like that, kick sled races, and so much more. And later on in the show today, we'll talk to Jim Curdy. He's the executive director at the Finnish American Theme Committee. He's going to tell us everything they have planned for everyone this week. And again, it's just another great way to enjoy and learn more about the Finnish culture. So make sure to stick around and find out more about everything they'll have at this year's Heikinpaiva. Live in Hancock, Samantha Rivera, TV6 News.
Okay, thank you very much, Samantha. And I know that a lot of folks are keeping an eye on our weather this week, too. Let's head to Weather Center 6 for more. A week-long Finnish American Winter Festival is coming up this week in the UP. This morning, Samantha Rivera is in Hancock telling us more about Heikinpaiva. Good morning, Samantha.
Good morning, Vicki. Yes, they've got a big week filled with lots of different events. Starting tomorrow, they'll have an event where you can learn how to make one of these. It's called a yohiko. You can make it for $8, and then throughout the week, they'll have more workshops and concerts. And then on Saturday, of course, they'll have the big parade where they'll have a polar bear drive and that wife carrying contest that I was telling you about. And here to tell us more about everything they'll have this week is Jim Curdy. He is the executive director at the Finnish American Theme Committee. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
So tell us more about this instrument here.
This is an ancient instrument called yohiko, and it has pretty much fallen out of use in Finland. It was used long ago in the dance bands, but when the violin came in, it sort of pushed this out of the way. But now there's a resurgence in the interest, and this week will actually be a lecture and a demonstration on yohiko, and in the summer we'll have a workshop where a person can make them. So it's played with a bow, and so it's called a lyred bow. Okay. And you play the instrument using the back of your hand, or the back of your fingers.
Different, very cool. And then tell us a little bit about these costumes that we have here.
Well, at Heikinpaiva, we try to have as much color and activity as possible in the middle of winter. And one of the best ways to do that for a Finnish event is to have something like this, which is a Sami gakti. These are worn by the Sami people. And here in the Copper Country, a lot of people trace their roots to Finnish Lapland and have Sami roots. And so you will see some of these gaktis with the bright colors. You'll see Finnish national costumes. You'll also see a lot of character costumes, which represent both Finnish and Finnish American folk characters. Folk characters like Heikkilunta, and folk characters like Saint Urho, but also the characters of the Kalevala, Finland's epic poem, like Väinämöinen and Lemminkainen. And so it's a way to have fun, it's a way to bring color and excitement to the middle of winter, but it's also a teaching tool at the same time. It's a way of us remembering and enjoying our heritage.
Yes, sounds like a lot of fun. And tell us more about the different events that you have throughout the week.
Well, the week is full of events, and this year our resident artist is a man named Jonathan Rudman. He was born in Hancock, but spent part of his childhood in Ishpeming. So he's well known in the Upper Peninsula. He's a professional musician, has performed here many times. And he is going to be here for the week. He's going to give a workshop on songwriting, which would be marvelous. He's a high energy guy. He's going to do another one on harmonium, which people typically call a pump organ. And the harmoniums were not only used in homes for perhaps religious music and the like, but also they were used in the old dance tradition too. They had these portable harmoniums that they would actually strap to their back and take to dances. So there'll be a workshop on that. And he's going to do a concert on Friday night. And then Saturday's our big day when we have the parade, polar bear dive, wife carrying contest, and a lot of games and things with kick sleds and whip sleds and all those things that have become signature to Heikinpaiva.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Jim. And when we return, we're going to tell you even more about the different events that they'll have all week here at Heikinpaiva. Live in Hancock, Samantha Rivera, TV6 News.
It's going to be a busy time. Thanks, Samantha.
Heikinpaiva, the annual Finnish American Midwinter Festival, has a long list of some exciting events in Hancock this week. Samantha joins us again with more details. Good morning, Samantha.
Good morning, Andrew. So remember that parade that I was telling you that's going to happen on Saturday? Well, you can wear these shoes during that parade. Some pretty cool stuff. That little swoop you see there was actually done purposefully so you could fit in your ski strap. So learning a little bit here today about the Finnish culture. And you can also wear some of these costumes, the mittens, and the hats that we've got here. I was going to try this on, but I didn't look too good in it. Here to tell us more about the different events this week is again Jim. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
So tell us more about these shoes here.
Well, this is a traditional Lapland boot, they call them, or lapikot. And as you said, this isn't a decoration, but it was very practical. It held your strap, your ski strap.
Yeah.
And so they would wear these all year round up in Lapland long ago. And we have a whole variety of them that we use in our parade. You'll see many of the people in the parade wearing these very traditional pieces. And it always reminds a lot of folks of the times that, you know, people wore them. And they used to wear them here too in the Copper Country, and people would make them.
Very nice. And tell us more about everything going on Saturday. I know you have a lot of different events that day.
Well, there is, and it begins in the morning with the tori, or the market. And there's two market sites, the Finnish American Heritage Center, and then next door at the Methodist Church in Hancock. And what's highlighted in those markets are handmade things, traditional things, things that represent Nordic culture, and lots of good food, of course, and music all day long. Every half hour or hour, the music changes, and it's a different group, and we have a very nice lineup. Outdoors will be the wife carrying contest,
yes,
and the spiral bear dance. You know, where people are going in this spiral that gets tighter and tighter, and that's really something to see. And the whip sleds, the kick sleds. Then later in the afternoon, the polar bear dive, and we're really hoping that a lot of people will come to that because it's a lot of fun. It's kind of a rite of passage for many people, in particular our Michigan Tech and Finlandia students. Okay. And we find that it's really popular among students who come from places where there's no winter or snow, like Bahrain or Iran or Indonesia or Venezuela, and they all shout out what country they're from when they're taking the dive, and that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, definitely. And tell us a little bit about these prizes that we have over here. We have some bread too, right?
We do. Well, the prizes are, this is a sample of prizes that we have in a sort of a auction, and people can put in their chance to win these prizes. But the bread, which is nisu, cardamom bread, those are going to be prizes for people who compete in the kick sled races, in the wife carrying races, and in the parade. They get some Finnish chocolate and a loaf of nisu and maybe a little money, and
okay.
Everything has to have a little Finnish in it, you know.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much, Jim. And so Jim was also mentioning the polar bear drive. Apparently we have some competition from some other TV stations that are going to it this Saturday. Andrew, I know you're not going to be in the polar bear plunge that's happening in March, so I think you should probably represent us this Saturday. Think about it.
I'm
live in
doing
Hancock, Samantha Rivera, TV6 News.
I've got plans to do the Nakameon, so sorry. Okay.
Okay.
We'll keep working on finding a good winter hat, though, Samantha. When we continue this morning, though, we're going to have your top news.